Just watched the worst video. Have y'all heard about the sergeant in Waco, Texas that beat a 3 year old? I wasn't even prepared to see this, man. This has to be one of the worst videos I ever seen in my life. I just got done crying. This video broke my heart. I am so mad about what he did to this baby. Have you seen the video? If you have not, go watch it. I just posted it on my Facebook page. I can't post it on YouTube. YouTube will flag us. It is that bad. When I kept hearing about it, y'all, I did not know they were going to show the video. Oh my God. This man is nuts. He's a sergeant in the army. And he beat a 3 year old, and the neighbor caught it on their doorbell cam. That's like the best thing people could have made, because it just catch people and they don't even know it's watching. I can imagine that neighbor when they went back and watched their doorbell cam. He took the child outside. The mother was in the house. And he grabbed this baby, y'all. 3 years old. All I can see is my little Sonny in my head. Oh my God, I'm so mad. He grabbed this baby with a closed fist and he was punching him in his stomach. Pow, pow. What I tell you about playing with me? And the baby, you could tell he was in so much pain. He couldn't even hardly scream out loud. But he was trying to cry. But before he actually did it, the baby grabbed his stomach. So he been hit like that before, because he knew what the father was going to do. And then he grabbed him by his neck up off his feet and grabbed his mouth and was squeezing his face and then threw him to the ground. And you know what he did it for? Because the baby couldn't recite his ABCs. He's 3. This is a military sergeant in the army beating the crap out this kid. Now, they don't know if it's his child yet or if it's his girlfriend's child, but the mother need to go to jail, because her ass sat in that house and let this crazy man go out there and beat her child. And 9 times out of 10, he beats her too. Then he went back in the house. But see, he came outside so she wouldn't see, because he probably telling her, I'm making him a man. If y'all know any woman, and this is why I be going off on my kids. I've never, y'all, never, ever, ever left my children with people. I don't care who I was dating. I didn't even leave them with their daddies too long. Especially when they at the age they can't talk. That was against the rules in my house and my mother's and how we was raised. If your child cannot talk and communicate, they don't get left at nobody's house. And then I made my kids so comfortable being snitches. I'm sorry, my mother made me the same way. Ain't nothing wrong with being a snitch in your house. See, we got this street code in these little kids' head, so they don't even tell if their uncle or grandpa or friend, daddy touched them, because they feel like, I don't want to be a snitch. No, you better get that street shit out your kids' head and tell them to tell. Every time my kids used to come back from anybody's house, you know what first thing I did? I start taking off their clothes. I look at their backs. I look at their arms. Anything I see that's out of the ordinary, even especially when there's a baby, take off their pamper, look at them. Because you know what people will do? They'll do stuff in places you can't see, pinch them and play. I checked everything on my kids. Then what happened? Tell mama. Anything happened, you knew you ain't gotta be scared to tell mama. See, my kids was bona fide snitches. They wasn't, especially to Shantia, the oldest one. She used to watch over her siblings, so I made sure everywhere they went, she went, because she gonna fight. From a little bitty girl, they knew not to mess with Tia. Do y'all know I have a niece, y'all, that I helped raise, and I didn't know she was beating on my son David until David was about 12 or 13 years old. She was beating my baby when he was 2 and 3, and I didn't know it. So one day the kids were sitting around and they laughing and talking. It was like, yeah, like such and such used to do you. And I'm like, who? Because I used to lead them. I had nieces and nephews that was older. So when I had to go to work or somewhere and my mother wasn't available, my nieces and nephews, 15, 16, they'd be there with the kids. You know, they was old enough to watch their cousins. And at the time this happened, I found out my nephew, which is her brother, he chasing little girls in the complex. I lived in a apartment complex. So he run around with the little girls and he leaving her in the house with the kids. And she in there trying to beat on the damn kids. So Tia, she trying to beat the door down because she can hear her in there with her little brother doing stuff to David. I didn't know that. They said she used to just whoop him with switches and beat him with brushes. I said, y'all didn't tell. You know what? It's good they didn't tell me though, because I wouldn't be sitting here talking to y'all. I would have beat the shit out of her. You know what I'm saying? My mother would have been in the penitentiary a long time ago, because ain't no way in the hell the way they said she was doing David, and he remember that now. I'm surprised he even talked to her. She said, yeah, Mom, she's just beat me all the time. I did not know. Then she had threatened him. You know we all gonna get in trouble, and you ain't gonna be able to play your game if you tell Aunt Nina. So he would never tell. But I remember Tia, you know, that's why you gotta listen to your kids, because I remember Tia used to always try to tell on them, but I'm thinking Tia just telling, you know, like Tia, you tell everything. Mommy, I tell you something. Mommy. And I was like, okay, Tia, go sit down. Man, y'all better start listening to these kids. Y'all better start listening to these kids. And this is what I was gonna say. Can y'all get my likes up? I know they're gonna be low because when you do videos back to back, for some reason YouTube don't like me. So you do videos back to back, please make sure y'all like the video and share. This is a very important video. Everybody need to hear this. If you don't like this video, you mentally ill. If you a single mother, and I know times get hard. I know the struggle because I was a single mom. And I know sometimes you just want to release. And then a lot of y'all want this fairy tale life. You want this father in the home, right? But sis, let me tell you. Just because you sleeping with him, don't mean you supposed to leave your kids with him. You go with him. You date him. Them kids don't. Stop putting your kids off on brothers that you meet. Stop trying to make everybody their daddy. Because 9 times out of 10, you don't even know this sapsucker. He's wearing a disguise. And this lady whose son just got beat, either she's married to a military man, a crazy man. Did I tell you my husband was military? My husband was Navy. Did I tell you I left because he made threats? Because of shit like that. At the time, my baby girl was 12. That's not his daughter. When you tell me if I'm there when you get back and I know your ass crazy, do you think I'm going to be there when he get back? Because I got to worry about my child. Because I know if he do something to me, he going to do something to her because she's going to help me. So I'm like, no, I got to go. You don't make them threats to me and think I'm finna stay around. I don't even want to know what might happen. I got ghosts. And I was homeless in my car behind it. Y'all too busy want people with money and I need somebody to take care of me. And y'all get these crazy ass dudes. A lot of them want to sleep with your kids. Mostly your little boys. I am so sick of these weak ass women, man. Y'all got these men out here beating on these kids because y'all lonely as hell. This woman was in the house because I'm thinking, was his mama at work? The news said she was in the house. And I know when that baby came back in there, he probably went to sleep because he was hurt. Man, y'all got to go see the video. Oh, my God. I can't get it out of my head. He had the baby in the air. He had his fist. This is a sergeant from the military. And all the way back. Bow, bow. I said he had to break that baby ribs, man. But in his mind, I'm making him tough. No, you beating him, mother. Ooh. Woo. Then he had to turn himself in because I guess he left home. And the neighbor put the video out. It went viral. He would have turned himself in. And the military said they're going to handle it accordingly. I hope them sergeants in there will beat his ass. Because they got to turn him over to the military. Oh, Oh my God. I'm just so disgusted. Y'all got to go see this video. I mean, oh my goodness. It is horrendous. It is horrible. I've never seen a dude get beat like that. This is a 3-year-old. And the way the baby hurried up and grabbed his stomach, I said, oh my God, that means he been beating this kid because he know what his dad about to do. He knew what was about to come. Could you imagine how terrified he is of that man? And I bet the mother leaves him there with him all the time. That's why he didn't want to beat the baby in front of the mama. Could you imagine the mama ain't at home? If you got a family member, and I'm about to call my kids right now and go off. If you got a family member and you find out they leaving their kids with a man, call CPS over there if you don't want to go whoop their ass. You should not be leaving your child with your boyfriend. He is not the babysitter, and he's not to be trusted because he loving you and he all nice to your baby in front of you. Half these dudes don't like your kids, especially the ones that already have children. If they not even, just think about this, ladies. Please use your logical thinking. Think. If you're with a man and you don't even see him with his own kids, why do you think he like yours? He don't pick them up. He don't go to their school. He don't buy them nothing. And you got him in the house with your kids. That should tell you right there, if he don't love his own damn kids, he don't love yours. It's a fake facade. It's a front because you giving him somewhere to live. You letting him drive your car. You giving him some X. You giving him money. So he pretending he's James Evans up in there and can't stand your damn kids. And it show when you ain't around. When you around, he daddy. When you ain't around, he probably thumping them in their head, kicking them in their back, not feeding them. And this is why I got mad at, this is why I got so mad at my baby girl, Sonny's mama. Because I'm like, Sonny cannot talk. When you not there, how you know somebody even feeding him? How you know he ain't in his room in the dark? How you know people ain't pinching him? How you know he ain't thirsty? I can't leave my kids like that because I gotta be their voice. That's why my kids never went to daycare. I can proudly say my kids never went to daycare. My parents was my daycare. And if my parents couldn't do it, I didn't have a job. I would find another way. Wasn't nobody watching my kids. Now my niece, the times I let her watch him and my nephew, I'm still mad about that. Because that's family. That's my niece and nephew. And I used to spoil the hell out of my nieces and nephews. I'm like, you was over there beating on my kids. She denied it to this day. They lying. I never did it. All the kids. You know, everybody grown now. Yes, you did. They ready to whoop her ass. Yes, you did. You did it. And David tower over her right now. And he looking at her like, yeah, I remember what you used to do to me. And never told me. Oh. Do y'all know I moved to this one place and we had a like a block party. And everybody kept saying to the new neighbor, you know you live in a house where the baby died. And I kept saying, the baby died? What y'all mean? I know the baby's father. I went to school with him, right? And, well, went to church with him. We went to the same church. And I remember hearing this story, but I didn't know it was in that apartment complex, and I didn't know exactly all what happened. His baby mama had 3 kids, and the baby was his. She had 2 older daughters. The baby was 2, a little boy. She had 2 little girls. I think they was 5 and 6. Well, she was dealing with this old thug-ass YN. It wasn't even a YN there, but that's the new names for these thugs. And the neighbors had been out there for years. They said they would hear the little baby screaming, but he's 2. So they never thought none of it. But one of the neighbors kept saying, she was telling her boyfriend, like, that scream sound like he in pain. And why he keep screaming like that? He was over there beating that 2-year-old, y'all. Even when the mama was around. Because he was the only boy. So he wanted her to believe I'm making him a man, just like this man. So one morning, she goes to take her kids to school, her daughters, right? The girl was gone, she said on the news, look this up, it's on Grand Rapids News. She said she was gone probably 30 minutes. She came back, it was blood all down her step wall going into the living room, all over the floor, and the dude was gone. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you for the super chat, Brinley. And he was gone. The baby was dead. He had kicked and dragged her baby up and down them steps until he unalived him. And the neighbors came out. They was all upset, crying. And one neighbor said, just the other day, I seen him beating that baby with a belt like he was a 15-year-old. And you didn't call the police? This a 2-year-old. He was beating a 2-year-old like he was 15. Just tearing him up outside. And nobody called the police. He unalived that boy. And I remember the dude that go to church with me. I mean, he was so messed up because this was his only child. This was his only child. And he said, do you know how many times I asked to take my child? Do you know how many days I wanted my child, and because of her new boo thing and he didn't want me around, that she hardly would let me see my baby? Now my baby gone. Just like, do y'all remember years ago, what year was that? Was that 2003 when the white woman unalived her kids in the car because she had a boyfriend and he didn't want no kids, and the daddy, white woman, and the daddy wanted the kids and she didn't want him to have the kids. She just didn't want the kids no more. And she ran the car off in the water and said a black dude stole the car. And I knew it was a lie when I heard it, because I said black men don't even want their own kids. I know they ain't stealing little white kids. She lying. And they found the car over in the water. Well, I think the baby, he was like, he was still in the car seat. It's some sick ass people in this world. You'd be amazed what these dumbass women do for some penis. Y'all disgust me. That's why I can't stand hearing these women, Miss Margie, constantly on the internet talking about men this and men that, and men ain't no good, and a man gotta buy me this. I'm about to call you a female dog. Sit your ass down, girl. Sit your ass down somewhere and focus on your kids. I'm to the point right here, right now, because this kind of mother I was. I was so focused when my kids was little. All I did is, you know what? I went and got a daycare, a home daycare, because I didn't want to leave my kids to go to work. So I started doing home daycare, so I can be around my kids all the time. I wanted to make sure they was eating right. And then I was the kind of mother, y'all, when my kids used to get up in the morning, and it's another, I'm talking to some of you mothers watching right now. Y'all let y'all kids get up by themselves in the morning and don't even see them off to school. Y'all stay asleep, laid up with y'all boo, and y'all kids in there getting themselves ready for school. Man, I used to get my kids up. I would brush my kids' teeth. If David was sitting right here, he'd tell you. I would brush their teeth, their tongue, wash their face, because they take a bath at night and they had to wash up in the daytime because I didn't want them to get sick. I made sure they, especially this kind of weather, my kids have on so many clothes, they used to get mad at me. I'd send them outside to go to the bus, or here I come. Tia be sitting there snatching her hat off. She used to be mad because I used to bundle my kids up. I was always at that school. I made sure they did their homework. No. Didn't nobody raise my kids but me. My kids can't ever say I was an absent parent. They can never say my mama was drinking and smoking and partying. They can't say none of that. You know what I'm saying? And then the dummy that was around, his shit wasn't around my kids, because he know right now to this day I don't play about my kids. To this day. And Gino and Gina is Tia and David's not. But he met me when David was 2 and Tia was 4. So they been around. That's the only daddy they really knew. I said they knew their daddies, but he was in the house with them off and on. But I didn't play with my kids. One time he was helping Shatia with her spelling words. I think it was it Gina? It was Legina. It was Legina, my baby girl. He was helping her with her spelling words. It was one of my daughters. She wasn't no older than 8. And he popped her. He didn't even pop her hard. He tapped her in the head. He was like, you know that word, and hit her in the forehead. And she probably was dramatic because I was standing there. Oh! Man, I turned around. Before I even seen where, I said, what the F did you just do to my daughter? He said, what you talking about? I was playing. You just hit my daughter. Man, I was supposed to tear that whole kitchen up. You don't play with my daughter, Papa. That ain't how you discipline no kid. Popping them in the head with a pencil. You got me messed up. I said, matter of fact, you ain't finna teach her no more. I got this. You ain't got to teach nothing else. I don't play with my kids, man. And I'm so mad right now. I feel like going to get Sonny and tell her to pack up his clothes because of that video. Get his clothes. He come with his grandma. Because I don't trust you. I can't trust these young mamas, man. They'd do anything to go out. You know, they'll leave the damn kids with a damn 10-year-old. And then half these mamas got their damn security camera babysitting their kids. Where your kids at? Oh, I be watching them on the camera. I can see if your kids, 10 and 11, you got to run to the store. You got to do some errands or something. And they all in there together for a few hours before it get dark. But if your ass at the club and the camera is your babysitter, I'm reporting people. I'm for real. Y'all ass going to jail. It's sad these little kids don't even ask to come here. And they get mistreated. These kids don't ask to come here. That's why I be getting mad when y'all be sitting here. I'm grown. How you grown and you having all these kids out of poverty? You on the system and these poor kids got to get laughed at and talked about because they can't get what everybody else got because your ass poor and keep having kids. Kids got to eat ramen noodles because your ass won't cook nothing for them to eat. You bringing a Little Caesar pizza home so they malnutrition don't get no vegetables because your ass don't cook shit unless you got a boo thing in the house. When you got a boo, all you get they get full course meals. Soon as he leave, they back on hot dogs. And some of y'all will eat good food and your kids got to eat a hot dog or some peanut butter and jelly. That's something else my mama didn't play. My mother always said, y'all eat what I eat. I called my mother all the way from Chicago, Illinois. Because my big sister, God rest her soul, lived there for 30-some years. So I used to go there in the summertime and some weekends. I always was in Chicago, right? My sister came home. She was cooking these big-ass steaks. I mean, big as the plate, T-bones. And that's my favorite. And big potatoes and stuff. So I go in my niece's room, which is her daughter. I said, Sissy in there throwing down. We about to eat some T-bones. She said, she ain't gonna give us none. Who? She said, Mama, that's for her company. She told us that, and she kept food. My sister had 2 freezers in the base. She had so much food. We really didn't, we had enough food. But I want some T-bones. She could eat T-bone. She cooked them T-bones and them big baked potatoes and told us to make a burrito or something. I said, she tripping. I'm finna call Mama. Dip, 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 dip. I called all the way back to Michigan. I said, Mama, Helena made T-bone steaks and potatoes and corn for her boyfriend, and we got to eat burritos. She said, what? Put her ass on the phone. My sister grown as hell. My sister 24 years older than me. Well, she's gone now. But she was 24 years older than me. She had been married, divorced, grown kid. My mama told me put her on the phone. She got on that phone. She checked those to her. She was just looking at me like this. She got to shaking like Corey Holcomb. Because she wanted to hit me. But guess what? Before she hung up that phone, she went to that freezer. Started taking out more steaks. Uh-huh. And I ate it right in her face. My mother didn't play that shit. My mother said, if you eat a steak. No, this is what my mother said, y'all. She said, if them kids don't eat no steak in there, nobody better not put a piece in their mouth. I bet you that. Let me find out you and your man up in there eating steaks and them kids don't get none. She's talking about her grandkids too. She said everybody in that house better have a steak. Oh, I'm getting on the next thing smoking to Chicago. And we had steak. Because I told her. I don't give a damn was her house. I eat what my mama eat. She used to eat what mama eat. That's what I'm saying. You wasn't raised like that either. We was raised with the same mama. So how the hell you go get grown and give your kids a burrito? Hell no. Shit. Tyler Perry, y'all, he went through it with his daddy. Tyler said he was getting beat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So he was determined to make it. Only to find out, I just recently heard this, y'all. His mother told him to take care of his dad, even after his dad was beating both of them. Tyler, you rich now. Just take care of him, pay his bills. So Tyler Perry started paying this man bills. He'd say, I don't talk to him, I don't deal with him, I just make sure his bills paid and he got money. Because my mother asked me to. But just before his mama died, I just found this out allegedly, because I ain't hear it from his mouth, but I heard it from different content creators. She told Tyler that wasn't even his damn daddy. After he done took all these butt whoopings. After he done took care of the man that was his predator. He ain't telling it, but I can tell this man touched Tyler. See, now I know now. It wasn't his daddy. His mama was getting beat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and so was him and his siblings. And he used to go up under the house, he said, and hide under the house while he hear his daddy in there beating his mama almost to death. And his mama had the audacity to say, well, Tyler, just forgive him and pay his bills. You know, you got to forgive people, Tyler. So Tyler started taking care of him. I would have been like, Mama, you done lost all your mind. Nope. Nope. Let his ass go to the mail trotter. Let him go to the mission. I ain't giving him a piece of bread. Beating on me and my mama, you ain't getting a piece of cracker. And Tyler still take care of that man if he's still alive. He said, well, I did what my mother asked me to. I would have had to be rebellious. My grandbaby wants something. I would have had to be rebellious. Jesus would have just had to punish me that day. He really got nothing for me. But you'll be surprised. Terry Crews. Big Terry Crews, his daddy used to be him. I think his daddy was military. He used to beat him and his mama too. Terry said when he became a teenager, he beat his daddy a whole day. He said when he started playing football in school, his daddy went to hit him, and he was like, yeah, took his shirt off. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. He said he rested and finished beating his daddy. His daddy laying there bloody. He said, I beat my daddy a whole day, almost killed him. A whole day. And I think he still want to beat him if he's still alive. Do not leave your kids with a man. And sometimes you can't even leave them with their daddy. You cannot leave them with their daddy. Do y'all know fathers crepe kids too? I personally know. I got family members, I ain't gonna go in through that, who went through stuff with their dad. I told the story before. You gotta go look for it. You would never even thought. I have an auntie who went through something with her uncle. You know, he was a minister. So don't be thinking because you leaving people with your pastor or my uncle that preach. I don't want to be that way. I don't want to be, and it ain't just men. It's a woman that was on YouTube. Go Google her. It was a woman on YouTube who, they was, I think her husband was in the military. They was overseas. And he fought for custody to be able for the baby mama to send the baby over there half the year, and the mama didn't want to do it. She said, I want to be able to get to my child. No. And the courts made her do it, right? Her first time going over there, her daddy go to work and leave the baby with his wife. She cut her beautiful hair off. Her hair was down her back. She beat her. She was starving the girl. He come home, his baby dead. The mama had to go across seas and go see about her baby. The baby gone. Because the court said, yeah, you got to do that. Did y'all hear about the little girl that's had an asthma attack? What was she, like 10? Her daddy did the same thing. I want custody. And the mom said she got asthma so bad, if you don't care for her right, she will die. This is all over the internet right now. So he fought, and he got a little wife that probably was saying, don't listen to her, and that's your baby, and you better do this and this and this. The baby go over there the first weekend, have an asthma attack, and die. He walked up in the funeral like he seen a ghost, and his wife wasn't with him. He walked up in there. No, you got it, Daddy, right? She told you the girl was sickly, and you really had to be attentive to your child. And I think he left the baby with his girlfriend or his wife or whatever. The baby had an asthma attack. She told her to take a bath. Like that was going to fix her damn lungs. She was dying. Took a bath, went to bed, and didn't wake up. So it ain't just men, y'all. These women don't like your kids either, sir. These women do not like your kids. Look at the Braxton family. Look what Tamar Braxton niece Ashley went through with her daddy, Michael Braxton, and his white wife. They was beating them kids over there. His wife was calling his daughters the N-word, pinching them, slapping them, starving them. Michael didn't know what was going on because he was at work all the time. And then half the time when they tell him, he didn't believe him. Y'all just don't like my wife. And she over there beating the hell out your kids. Whoo, So it goes both ways. If you got a girlfriend, don't you leave your kids with that heifer. Because I really believe, I'm going to be honest, I think a woman be quicker to slap a kid or do something to him. Because she got an attitude, and women got this jealous spirit. They be jealous of your kids. I didn't realize that. It be really women. I didn't have friends I had to check because they was like, man, I don't like his bitch ass kid. You talking about his kids? Man, I can't stand them ugly ass kids. I would hate mama. And I'm like, something's mentally wrong with you. Them badass kids, they come over my house, tearing up my kids' shit. Don't leave your kids with them women. I'm telling you. I didn't hear them talk. They call your kids ugly, stank. They talk about your baby mama. They talk about your mama. So you better be careful who you land the pipe to because you might be sticking Lucifer daughter. These people are here nuts. And I hope y'all take heed to this video. If you watching right now, you got a granddaughter and you got a daughter, a granddaughter, and you know she laying up, go check on your grandbabies. Make them calls. Every time Legina called me and she said she's somewhere, I wish you started right here because I asked her this. What's the first thing I say when you tell me you gone? When you out? Like she'd call me, just say she in the car. What's the first thing I ask you, Gina? Where is Sonny? First thing I ask her, where my baby? I just ran to the store. Well, you need to run right back. Oh, he there with such and such. I don't give a damn. He can't talk. So by the time you get home, he didn't settle down. He don't even remember what happened to him because he's a baby. Somebody could have been tearing his hand up with a comb or something, and you would never know because he can't never tell you. He can't tell you that they just fed him after 8 hours when you was to walk in the door after work. He can't say, Mommy, I ain't ate all day. He can't say, I've been in a dark room for hours. And they know what time you about to come back, so they hurry up and got the cartoons on and gave him a snack, and he eating, and you thinking, dang, you so hungry because he ain't ate all day. He can't tell you that. And every time I think of stuff like that, I get mad. And did I tell y'all, we was in the kitchen at my house before I left from over at that house, and I turned my back. Sonny was in his car seat, and Legina's boyfriend went to pick him up, and I guess he smashed his finger or whatever. I had turned for a quick second, and I heard him say, ah! I turned around. I said, what you just do to my grandbaby? He said, huh? I said, what did you just do? I do. I said, why is he crying like that? And Gina said, Mama, it probably was an accident, man. I was about to snap. I said, no. Gina, get your baby. Put him in the car. Because I was so mad. I'm like, no, be careful with my baby. Don't play with my baby. Don't play with none of my babies. That was my granddaughter calling earlier in the first video. And she my oldest granddaughter. She 13. She called Granny because she know Granny coming. Even though she be getting on my nerves, she do stuff in school. She out of control like most of these kids. But if she called me, Granny, I'm hungry. I'm getting out in the blizzard to go get her something to eat. When she at school, at the pom-pom practice and stuff, Granny, I forgot to get money from my mom. Okay, I'm going to send some money to your Cash App. My grandkids, no, don't play with my babies. I don't even beat them. And I be wanting to beat the shit out of them, but I don't. All I do is unless they really get out of control, I check them. But don't play with my kids. My children, I raised them. I didn't have to beat my kids. I had the fear of Jesus in my kids and never put my hands on them probably once or twice. Like my mother. My mother hit me 3 times in my whole life. And one day, just pop, pop, pop. She never hit me again because I cried all day long. My father never hit me. I had one whooping in my life, but I was so terrified of this woman. She didn't have to whoop me. Her look used to whoop me. My soul would leave my body. Oh my God, I'm about to die. And she ain't never put her hands on me. Just how to fear God in your kids. You ain't got to beat them. Teach them about the fear of God. Teach them about church. Teach them about prayer. Teach them about respect. You don't have to beat them. But this man beat a 3-year-old, y'all, because he didn't say his ABCs. I want to, let his mama come outside. Let us just whoop her ass. That's for real. Let the mothers just whoop the mama ass for letting a dude do that to your child. How many of y'all know women that let men do that to their kids? Do y'all know any women like that? Lisa said, yes, I know exactly what you mean. I feel the same way, but I can't put my hands on. Yeah, I don't beat my kids. Yeah, they say put a rod to your child so you won't spoil the kid. They say that in the Bible. It's true. But if you don't have to, I say if you have to, do it. But if you don't have to, and then don't do it when you're mad. That's how you hurt a child. If you beat a child when you're mad, you will really hurt them. Because you're not thinking, you out of yourself, and you've been caught a serious case because you're mad. You hear me? So go somewhere and calm down before you put your hands on your kids. Because you'll catch a case. Why? See, this is what y'all don't understand. People are mad at the government because the government. Can y'all get my likes up, please? If y'all don't mind, tap the screen twice. Give me some love, and I'm gonna get off here. But I'm so passionate about this. It irks me. But people mad at the government because they think the government, the law, took discipline out the home. Somebody told y'all wrong. They did not do that. Trust me, because Shantia, when she was a teenager, she used to do the most with her mouth. And it's been times the police had to come there because I didn't hem the ass up. You know what I'm saying? So the police told her in her face. He said, listen here. He said, I'm an old school officer. He said, my daddy used to beat the hell out of me. He said, I'm not one of the police you can call on your mama. So if your mama whoop your ass because you doing something, your ass going to juvenile after you get your ass whooped. Police told her, a white man. He said, I'm not that. And he looked at me, he said, Miss Mayberry, they got the law wrong. We never said you couldn't discipline your kids. We said you can't beat them. And the reason they did that, y'all, think back, and some of y'all watching me right now that went through this, think back how many of y'all mothers beat y'all with race car tracks, extension cords, shoes, sticks. Go out there and get that whip off the tree. You had to go get your own whip off the tree. And they take all the leaves off. Could you imagine somebody whipping you with a switch? That's a whip like slavery. You see how they had black people so messed up from slavery that they took ancestors at the generation after generation and went down all the way to your grandmama getting the switch off the street, off the tree, and she started doing you like her ancestors was done and didn't even know it was embedded in her that she was whipping you like a slave. My mother had marks on her body from her daddy. He wasn't beating her, he was disciplining her. But she got whips that lasted her a lifetime that went to her grave with her from her father whipping her with a belt and cutting her skin open on her back. And then they be like, you know I did it because I love you, baby. Go and give me some of that sap to clear these here. No, that's beating somebody like a slave. So the law had to step in and say, hold up. Y'all can't be beating on these kids. That's why they changed that law. It wasn't because they didn't want us disciplining little black kids. They didn't want us killing them. It was a free fall out here. Do y'all know how many dudes I know saying they got beat with race car tracks? Shatia daddy got marks on his body right now from race car tracks and extension cords. He said one day he was washing dishes. He was 15. And his mama used to get mad at her boyfriends and beat the kids. You know, it's women like y'all like that too. Holla, get y'all MFA. Y'all some mental abusers and physical abusers. He said she swiped him across the back with the extension cord and he was like, oh, started bleeding. And he said he was shaking. His nerves got back because his back was bleeding. He washing dishes. And she went to swing again. He said he grabbed that extension cord and he wrapped it around his hand. And he pulled his mama this close to him. He said, if you ever in your life hit me again, I'll kill you. She never hit him no more. He was 15. He said, I got so tired of being beat by this lady that I had to threaten her life for her not to hit me no more. And she never hit me again. And he said, I wouldn't even let her hit my siblings. He said, she couldn't even hit my siblings. He said, because you do your shit, get mad, and you beat us. That ain't happening no more. He said, I'll die before you do that to us again. So he stopped her. A 15-year-old kid. So it's mothers that would beat their own kids. So women, you don't get passes. I think women beat their kids more than fathers beat their kids. Because y'all get mad if a man touch them. Y'all will beat the shit out y'all kids. When I had my daycare, I had to stop some of the mothers. I'm telling them what the kids did in daycare today. You know, such and such did this. The mom would turn around just sock them in their jaw or their chest. I'd be like, hey, what you doing? You just told me. I didn't say sock them. I'm for real. I done seen a mother slap blood out their kid's nose. And I just have to tell them in my daycare, if you do that one more time, you're not gonna report you, right? Don't do that in front of me. I'm giving you a pass. You foul as hell. And then I have to document. Don't you ever in your life do that. I don't give a damn they are your kids. You gonna make me lose my license. Don't do that shit. Well, it was an accident. No, you just haul off and just slap the baby in the nose. What the hell? It don't be a baby, but you know, the boy probably 11. You know, they feel like I gotta beat up boys. I gotta make them tough. No. Mm-mm. But this your girl Nina from Unbreakable Strong Woman. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh my God, my nerves is bad from that video. Please go watch it. Please go watch that video. And when I come back tomorrow, I want y'all to tell me what y'all thought about that video. Or y'all can just put it on the comments that it is horrible. Oh my God, I hate to see kids that's so helpless and they can't do nothing. They babies. That's like beating an old person. You know, people in nursing home beat up old people. Y'all going to hell. God see it. The mama might not see it, but God see it. The daddy might not see it. God see it. You going to the pit of hell messing with his kids, his babies. It's a white girl out. I can keep going on and on. It's a white girl all over the internet that worked at was it a prenatal? What was it? It was for disabled kids, babies that's born with disabilities, and they have to stay in the hospital because they still babies. They was under one. She was breaking their legs and stuff, and they was wondering why all these babies having these limbs broke. What's going on? They watched her on the camera. She was just popping baby legs. They legs just popping their wrists and breaking their limbs. Do y'all know they gave that woman probation? White woman. It was black kids she was doing that to, and Hispanic kids. They gave her probation. They gave me a felony for taking up for my daughter. A woman intentionally breaking baby legs got probation. White privilege. But if I was the grandmama or the mama, I'd be like, that's good. Go on, let her out. I'm so glad that you only got probation. Because as soon as you come out that door, let's see if I get probation. She wouldn't be able to walk around my city no more. I promise you. You would have to leave the whole state. You sitting there breaking sick babies. Y'all, they already fighting for their life. And she in there breaking their limbs. And I'm like, how did they find out? Because a baby can't talk. I guess they kept crying and they probably gave them x-rays to see what was going on or if you touched their leg or something. Because how do you know a baby limb is broke? That shit is... Please, 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 if you didn't get none out this video, please check on your grandkids. Please check on your kids. Please check on your neighbor kids. That woman in Detroit killed unalived two of her kids and had them in a freezer for 2 years, and nobody even knew the kids was missing. Poor babies. That let you know people didn't even care about them kids. The teachers didn't even report they was missing. The mama told the teacher she was homeschooling. The neighbor said they would ask the other siblings, where's such and such and such and such? the mama told them to lie and say they had went out of town to stay with their grandmama. Or they went to a relative house or something. Nobody never called the police and said, could you make sure these kids is where they supposed to be? Because I see 3 of them, but the other 2 missing. Nobody never said nothing. Y'all see that case? That's all over the internet too. That went viral. Black woman from Detroit put her kids in the freezer. And she told the judge, don't let the fathers get the other kids, because she ended up getting life. Don't let the father get the other kid. The girl crazy. She was in court acting a fool. She said no, and she made sense though. You know why she said don't let them get life? I mean, don't let them get her kids. She said because their kids been gone over 2 years and they didn't even know their kids was missing. She said they don't care about these other kids. Don't let them get shit. Their kids been dead 2 years and they didn't even know it. You see how fathers don't check on their kids? You don't know what school they go to. You don't know if they eating every day. You don't know if it's a pedophile up in the house. You know, you don't know what the mama over there doing. Y'all don't even check on y'all kids. Y'all don't want to be bothered. I don't care if you don't like her. That's your child. Push her in the head, be like, girl, get out my face. Hey, baby, daddy come to check on you. Give them a phone. They can call you sometime. Or pop up at the school. Get to know their teachers. Some kids, it's a baby right now crying that's getting mistreated at home and wish their daddy would come save them. For real. They right now crying, hoping that you come save them. And you somewhere laid up with somebody else and your child over there getting mistreated. Go see about your damn baby. Please go see about your baby. This your girl Nina from Unbreakable Strong Woman. Go watch the video, y'all. I'm just... Oh, I can't get it out of my head, Jesus. Because I keep seeing my grandbaby. I just cannot get that out of my head. Go watch it. I'll talk to y'all later.